Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and I'm so glad to have you. If you are new here and this is the first time you've ever stopped by, I hope that you will click subscribe or come back again and just hang out with me and with the amazing community I have built here. So today we're going to talk about something quite magical. If you'd like to stick around and share your opinion with the rest of us, keep on watching. All right, disclaimer, we are talking about Santa. So you might want to get your little ones out of the room or out of earshot of this video. I am so curious about this, and I would love for you to comment your beliefs or your practices or how you grew up and share with all of us. There will be no rudeness tolerated. Everybody lives their life the way they live their life, and they do what they feel is right. So if you could just kindly be respectful. Usually I don't have a problem with that, but as the channel grows, I fear there's always going to be some of that. Just know that those comments will be removed. So today we are going to talk about Santa. Yes, one of my favorite people in the world. So I am going to share with you how I grew up, and then I am just curious about just a few things I've heard on different videos or heard people say. Remember, when I ask those questions, it will be based on children who may not have special needs, because I realize that there are different things that need to be taken into consideration for children with special needs. So yeah, let's just move on so I can tell you. So what you may not know is that my dad is one of Santa's special helpers. Now, let me explain. My dad, when I grew up, played Santa, I swear, in every store within 30 miles of the little town I grew up in every year for Christmas. Forever he did this. So what happened was, almost every Christmas as children, we sat on Santa's lap to tell him what we wanted for Christmas, not knowing it was our own dad. We had no idea. Sorry. In our house, we always had Santa. We believed in Santa. We were fully aware of the story of Saint Nick. We were fully aware of the true meaning of Christmas, celebrating the birth of my personal Savior, Jesus Christ. And that was never an issue. There was never any lack of celebrating that. We always had a birthday cake for Jesus at church, and that is something that I carried on with our own child and grandchildren. So when the time came that we were all grown up and we all knew the secret, the truth. By the way, I hear so many people say, when I found out the truth, I was devastated. Okay, I was devastated for like 2 minutes, and I don't believe it affected me as a human. I would have rather have had all those years of that magical belief than to not have it for the 2 minutes of, oh, bummer. Oh, well. So again, I realize everybody's different. I prefaced this with that. However, I have to tell you, I'm so nervous. This is like the first time I've really given like true opinions about things, because I don't do a lot of videos that might be controversial in any way. But I feel like if a child is that devastated, there's other things going on in their life that are contributing factors. So when I found out, my mom was telling one of my older sisters what a great deal she got on my baby doll at this store in our town. And I was like, what? And I was old. Like I was probably 10, 11, 10. No, I was probably 8 or 9. Clearly, I don't know how old I was because it wasn't that devastating. So anyway, then when we got older, we had our own children, etc., or my older siblings did. One of my nephews walked in on my dad. Now, when my dad was playing this magical man, he would get hired on Christmas Eve to deliver toys and packages to people's homes. They would leave toys in their garage, toys in their driveway, in their cars, on their porches, and my dad had a big red bag that my mom made him. He had a beautiful suit. We had all put our money together and purchased him from Macy's with a beautiful wig and beard. I'm going to not get teary about this, but I'm going to post a picture right now of the last time that he wore his suit for his grandchildren. He's not able to do those things anymore. So here it is. And what that says is so true to me. The magic is in the suit. Literally, my dad is in the suit. And this is the heart of my father, 365 days a year, his entire life. This isn't just a Christmas thing for him. This is the way he lives his life all of the time. Now, one of my nephews walked in on him getting ready, and his eyeballs bulged about an inch out of his head. And I'm not even sure he said anything or what he said. If you're one of my siblings and you're watching this and you remember what that reaction was, remind me. So the story came to be that he was one of Santa's helpers, because realistically Santa couldn't get to everybody's house on Christmas Eve, and so he had special helpers. But nobody knew who these special helpers were. So I do remember my nephew asking him where his reindeer were, and he said that they were down at his office on the roof so that nobody would be able to see them, because he couldn't be given away as one of the special helpers. This is the story that continued for decades, as the children were born and grew and born and grew. And when he walked in, we were getting my dad's wigs ready to put on. We used to, my dad has coal black hair, and we would have to white shoe polish about an inch or two in on all of his hair. And even though he shaved, Mr. Italian still had, the black kind of shadow. So we would white shoe polish everything. Everything was covered. We had to be prepared for anything. A kid to pull on the wig, on the beard, a wig slip, whatever. And we would get him all ready in his beautiful, beautiful scarlet red suit with the white fur and the black boots and the white gloves and his little round wire rim glasses, and we would rosy up his cheeks and his nose, and it was magical even for us as adults, because the transformation was unreal, and he always looked perfect in his suit. Now I know in that picture below, the picture I posted, you can see his suit's not pulled together at the bottom and stuff like that. But when he was in his prime, that would have been completely unacceptable. His belt, his big wide black belt, and so that's how we grew up. And as adults, we still believe in that magical suit and the magic of Christmas that way. The magic of Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ, undoubtedly, hands down. But for me, part of that is the giving spirit. It is, representative of the kings who brought the gifts. It is part of the holidays. Do I feel like we need to live this way all the time? Oh, of course. It seems like goodness comes out of people at the holidays. I wish goodness came out more often, but just to have that bit of goodness for the holidays is amazing. So that's how I grew up. I sat on Santa's lap, never not knowing at the time it was always my dad. So now, here's a few spins I've heard on this. And it's not that there are things I agree and disagree on, for various reasons. But I have some questions. I have a lot of questions, you guys. It's really sad that I have heard people turn this into a perverse situation. Oh, I need a drink. These are some things that I've heard. Quote, "My child's not going to sit on some stranger's lap. What if he's a pervert? That's pretty creepy." End quote. Then I've heard, quote, "I refuse to lie to my child." End quote. So, I've heard lots of things. Oh, here's another one. Quote, "I'm the one who spent money on those toys. My kids are going to know that I'm Santa." End quote. Really? Have you seen that meme or t-shirts that say, "What my mouth doesn't say, my face will"? Yeah, I'm that girl. I'm also the girl you shouldn't put on speakerphone. Yeah, I'm that girl too. Anyway, so what I am curious about is how you did it at your house, how you do it at your house, what your opinion is. Yeah, I'm really, really curious. Like, let's talk about this in the comments, because this has been on my mind. And I'm just really curious if I am in the minority of these feelings or what, because maybe I'm clearly off my game. I don't know. But I'm really, really interested in what you guys do with your family. And I wanted to share a little bit of my dad's Santa history with you and all of that stuff. So what I really, really hope and pray for is for you to have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas season, and that even in these crazy times, you are finding joy and happiness. All of the people with the virus in your prayers and your thoughts. My husband and I are currently in quarantine because we've been exposed. We will get tested tomorrow and then wait for our results. So look for a lot of videos to be coming out, because so far I feel fine. So far he feels fine. And so we're going to get some videos out and some good Christmas cookie recipes. So hang around for that. In the meantime, until we meet again, do not forget to eat good food. Bye, everybody.